On this episode, we talk about your destiny, someone who wants to break into the big publications, and an Australian who I'm becoming a very big fan of. Let's go. Hey everybody, and welcome to Finish Friday, the show that helps more creative people change more lives. I am your host, Todd B. from Tennessee, and I created this show because on a scale of 1 to putting down a John Green book once you've started it, creating things is hard, and finishing those things is even harder. Can you even see? There's a John Green book down there. That's what made me think of that. Anyways, it's weird to shoot this show right so close to the weekend because there's so many things I want to talk about. But by the time the next show rolls around there, it's kind of an awkward spot, right? The one thing I have to mention is Chance the Rapper cleaning up at the Grammys. You guys, my man gives away his music for free. And he's still winning all these awards, right? And that to me just speaks to his art. My message on here all the time is that if your art is the best, you can be successful, and this guy is showing that to the nth degree. Now, of course, he makes money traveling, doing all these other things. So again, I don't want you to be poor. I don't think artists should be poor, but this to me is an example of what can happen when you step in and you give your art directly to the people who want to hear it or want to see it or want to read it or whatever. So be like Chance the Rapper, and let's get into today's topic. Today's topic starts with a story. Now, this goes back right when I was, I think, leaving college, going into getting married and getting my own house for the first time. Your parents do that thing where they're like, oh, hey, you've graduated, you've moved on. It's time to clean all your crap up out of our house. So I was over there, I was in my old room, I was digging through some papers and stuff, and I found a letter that my dad wrote to me a long time ago that said something along the lines of, Todd, I'm so proud of you doing well in first grade. I can't wait to finish reading the story about the guy on the island. And I just looked at that for a minute and I was like, that's weird. I was writing in first grade. In first grade, I was still getting into imagination and putting my thoughts down on paper. And to me, that's further confirmation of my destiny as writing. Look, some of you right now are drawn to creativity and you're in a place where you don't really feel like you can claim it as your own thing. But I guarantee you, as you start to look back over the course of your life, you'll find traces that you're not like everybody else. You'll find breadcrumbs that are leading to this point in your life, that are leading to you being an author or a musician or a painter. Look, you are not like everybody else. There's a reason that your past is different. There's a reason that you don't feel comfortable in the 9-to-5 job and just doing the normal thing. Look, I need you, I'm using big words like destiny because I need you to believe that you have a destiny. Once you step into this thing, once you claim it with your whole heart, whatever it is that you want to do, and you go after it without that reckless abandon, then you start to find, you know what? I was meant to do this all along. And so every time you pick up another piece from your path, I want that to be confirmation of what you're supposed to do. You are on this planet to do something, and I want you to embrace that something with your whole heart. And with that, let's get into the question of the week. This week's question of the week, as always, is sponsored by my book, The Creative's Curse. Now, you're going to want to get a copy of this right away because at the end of the month, I am raising the price for the Kindle version. I'm raising it from $4.99 to $7.99. And I know that's not that big of a difference, but if you want to get it at the best value for you, you're going to want to get that right now. I'll put the link up here in the corner so you can find it easily. So much love if you go over there and buy the book. Let's get into the question of the week. This question comes from Simpy on Instagram. This is the first time I've taken a question from Instagram. You can follow my Instagram at Todd Bryson, just like everything else. And here it is right here. I'm an English teacher with a little something for writing too. Shout out to all my teachers out there. Shout out to my actual teachers. The other day, my kindergarten teacher liked the tweet I was mentioned in. I was like, okay, you know you're really making it big when your kindergarten teacher acknowledges you. I'm sorry, I'm on track. I've just started writing on Quora. Could you please guide me a little as to how to go about approaching platforms like Medium, Inc. Magazine, and CNBC to get my work published? I really look forward to hearing with you. Please reply. What's up, Simpy? This is Todd B. I'm replying. First things first, Medium is free. It's no cost to entry. You guys, if you go to medium.com, you set up a profile, you can start republishing your stuff right now. Give it the proper tags and it has the chance to go into those channels. You guys, if you're not writing on Medium, what are you doing? Like, honestly, if you're a writer at all, that's the best chance to kind of go from 0 to a million, and I'm not there yet, but in a single blow, because if you get in the right tags and you have quality work, there's nothing that says that 50,000 people can't read your work in one weekend, which is exactly what happened to me when I was a nobody. As to the other things, Inc. Magazine and CNBC. So I've been in Apple News, Inc. Magazine, CNBC, the Daily News, and I'm trying to think of the one other big one that I've been in. I can't remember right off the top of my head. Goins Writer is an online, a big online publication. But for Inc. Magazine, so Quora, here's what most of these platforms do. So let me line it up for you real simply. Quora cherry picks the best answers and puts them to their big syndicated publishers. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, from my experience, someone on the Quora team goes across like the top answers for the week. They'll message the creator of those answers and they'll say, hey, do you mind if we publish this on Inc. Magazine through our channel? And I say, of course you can do that, right? But I mean, as far as getting published in those big publications, my best advice to you is to be good. Be really, really good at what you do. I never once pitched CNBC or Apple News. It just kind of came to me, and the reason is because, right, I spent 2 years building up kind of the reputation and the following to get those big pieces. The CNBC editor and I connected over Gilmore Girls, which is like the most random thing ever. I think I found her on Twitter, had no idea who she was at the time, and we just started talking about the Gilmore Girls finale. A week later, she is going through my Medium stuff and wants to republish. So the stuff like this happens. I mean, even Forbes, right? Forbes is doing this too. Benjamin Hardy, he's been on Forbes. He's been on Pursuit. He's been on all these huge publications because now they don't even have to hunt for like the deep stuff. Let's go look for online bloggers and see where the good stuff is. We have all these sites that rank everything for us, and Medium and Quora like raise it all to the top. And so my best advice to get found on those big publishing platforms is to write really good stuff. Build a platform and build a following that can bring your stuff to the top, and then continue to do that over and over. And the best work always gets the most eyeballs in the long term. Sincere voices always rise to the top, right? So go ahead and write as best you can, and then you will find those publications, or better yet, your publications will find you, right? All right, awesome. So with that, let's get into today's Artist Spotlight. Today's Artist Spotlight goes on John Westenberg, one of the other just totally stand-up guy. Now, the only thing, like, he curses a lot. And so for you guys who know me, I wrote a piece a long time ago called Dear Bad Writer, Stop Using Profanity as a Crutch. And it wasn't aimed at him, of course, but I just want to put that warning out there because this is a family-friendly show, right? Like I got 13-year-olds coming to talk to me and thanking me for what I do, and I got 80-year-olds coming to talk to me, and so I try to keep it fairly PG, which is why I was like, ooh, I gotta tell everybody about John. Brash voice, but he speaks from the heart, right? It's a sincere voice, just like I'm talking about, and that's why he's done so well. Specifically, if you're an artist trying to find a little bit of cash flow, search right now John Westenberg, Westenberg, probably, and search how to make $100,000 cold hard cash. That post recently has just been blowing my mind. John is just a stand-up guy. He wrote the foreword to my book. He and I have been talking recently about collaborating sometime in the near future, and his posts are just quality stuff. So whenever you get the chance, make sure to check out John Westenberg, primarily on Medium, but also on his blog. Whew. With that, I don't know why I say with that. That's today's show. Ask the audience. Let's go. You notice I got a Batman mug right here. So the Ask the Audience for today is, who is your favorite superhero? Put it down in the comments. Even if you don't like, a lot of people, man, last week, people were like, oh, I don't like peanut butter. I'm like, how can you not like peanut butter? Come on, man. If you have a favorite superhero, definitely drop it in the comments below. Mine is actually not Batman, probably Spider-Man. He's my homie. Thanks for watching this Finish Friday. Again, I'm Todd B from Tennessee, and I will talk with you soon.